Welcome back everyone to a Druchii vs Beastmen showdown between myself against a rubber duck of war. This match took place on a pillar of bone with the battle of brute force and skirmish. So here on the front line for the Beastmen, we are going to have 5 cheap units there of the Ungor Spearmen. And in the flanks, we are going to have on the left the Chaos Warhound Poisons and a single unit of Centaurs. And on the right, 2 units here of the Fast Centaurs and the normal Chaos Warhounds. A single unit of the Tuskor Chariots with a Tuskor Chariot riding Bray Shaman of Death. Here with the Purple Son of Zexorus, Spirit Leech, and Life Leeching. For the hero, we're going to get a Gorbal, who will have Deadly Onslaught, as well as Foe Seeker and Slaughter's Call. And for the Lord Choice, Taurox the Brass Bull. Here today with the Brass Body, as well as Blood Beast, Rune Tortured Axes, and Slaughter's Call. For the monster here today, we are going to be having the beautiful Jabba Scythe. Now, of course, here one of the newest monsters for the Beastmen roster. We are going to be having the Aura of Magnus and the Bile Bloods. So in the back, we are going to have the last unit, which is a single unit of Chaos Warhounds in the tree, vanguarded and waiting here just to snack on my Dark Riders. So as we can see, the Fireball coming straight down here up against my Bray Shaman of Death, but very quickly we'll go over my Lord Choice. Now we are going to have the Dreadlord with the Sword and Crossbow. He's going to be here with the Volley of the Dark Arrows and the Guiding Eye. Now we can see immediately that Fireball coming here from my Fire Sorceress, who will have the Burning Head, as well as Kindle Flame, Fireball, and the Darkstar Cloak. Fireball is going to clatter into the flank there of the Bray Shaman, doing some pretty decent damage, and the volley here coming straight up against the Bray Shaman. And look at the damage coming out up against the Bray Shaman. So much work there early doors, only 17 seconds into the game. As we can see here, he's going to be breaking immediately. He's going to go down to negative 90 leadership straight out the gate. Of course, I saw no range here from the Beastmen, so I knew immediately I needed to get rid of that Bray Shaman of Death. Of course, the Spirit Leech will come down on my Dreadlord, but that's not too concerning right now. In the sky as well, we are going to be having the Raven Heralds. These bad boys, 58 armor-piercing missile strength, 105 speed. Very strong indeed, and great support alongside the Dreadlord here. Immediate break, negative 19 leadership. I don't think we'll be seeing that Bray Shaman coming back anytime soon. 2 units of the Fast Scorchrunner Chariots in the frontier. Very good for that anti-infantry, but also the anti-large and armor-piercing missile shots, making them very strong up against all those monsters. In the front line, 4 units of the Bleak Swords on the right. And here for the cavalry, 2 units of Dark Riders on the flank with a Ferromanticore. And on the left, 2 more units of the Dark Riders, a Ferromanticore in the back, as well as 2 units of Dread Spears and the Hellebroni Bro for that brilliant poison. As you can see here, going with a little bit of a higher skirmish here for myself. Normally we do see a lot of monsters here coming out of the side of the Beastmen. Of course, we are going to have this triple threat in the middle. Immediately shutting the Bray Shaman was so huge and made this game very, very different. And you're going to see the brute force coming here from the Beastmen straight out of the gate. Lack of micro here from me. Going to be charging straight to the front line here. Double of the Centaurs pinning straight into my Dark Riders. They're going to get charged. I do see it, but it's far too late for me. I think at this moment I give up. I just charge the Dark Riders in, hold them up as much as I can, and I'm going to move in here with the Ferromanticore. But I think some recharges are going to come up against my Hellebroni Bro. They're going to get hit pretty hard here, but they do have that poison. They should be able to stand relatively hard. In the front, I tried to screen out my Tuskors. I tried to keep them here with the Scourge Runners. Tried to keep them moving and just follow wherever they went. In the front line here, we can see actually a bucket load of spears trying to fight here alongside the triple threat. Burning Head coming out of the Firecaster, as I'm going to try and come through and rip out of these Poison Warhounds and trying to get rid of the double Ungor Spears. They are going to break, and of course they're going to take quite a bit of damage here. Look at the damage from that Burning Head. Lovely work. We can see here on the side the Chaos Warhound Poisons are going to break here by being terrified. There's the beautiful addition there of the Ferromanticore, but some really nice work from Rubber Duck of War. Moving in with Taurox the Brass Bull, the Gorbal really slamming it home here up against the Ferromanticore. Great single monster snipe. In the sky, the 3 still going pretty strong. I'm going to be shooting here up against the Tuskor Chariots, and I believe I do move here onto the Goomball next. Now we can see the Centaurs coming over, trying to see if they can screen out the beautiful Scorchrunner Chariots. They will be faster at 93 speed, but I do have good firewalls moving at 84 speed here for the Scorch Runners. Over on the right-hand side, we can see Hellebroni fighting up against the Ungor Spearmen. A little bit idle is going to be my Ferromanticore. I should have really got involved a little bit more there. But what I really like from Rubber Duck of War, he's going to be keeping these 3 together and just sniping out units of infantry, doing some excellent damage here in the front and just deleting units left, right, and center. Shattered in the back here is going to be some of the infantry, but in the left-hand side here, we can see some wins coming from me. The Bleak Swords and as well as the Dark Riders were cleaning up the left-hand side. It looks like it's just going to be the Centaurs and the Warhound Poison left. In the middle, it's going to be a bit of a fight here. Spearmen as well as the Ferromantle is going to be fighting up against the Centaurs. And the same here on the right. It's just a mad melee mash of just people throwing units everywhere. But this type blob seriously scares me. It's going to be moving in up against my second Manticore. And this is some great work for Ducky. If anybody wants to learn how to do this sort of ability, he is so great at doing it. Just picking up units that I've left behind or missed microed. And he just jumps on so quickly and deletes both my Manticores. Even ready there with the Chaos Warhound Poisons. In the back here, so we are going to get a Burning Head. It's going to go straight here up against the Centaurs and the Chaos Warhounds, so I can delete the very good mobility here from the Beastmen side. If I can remove this mobility, of course, here my Scourge Runners and my flying units there with the AP are certainly going to dominate. Now, Burning Head does actually break here up against the Centaurs. They are going to make it 11 leadership. They will more than likely come back, but of course, that I've done enough damage, and if they do, I'll probably hopefully be able to break them here in the later stages. We can see an overcast there going down on the Sorcerers of Fire, taking a little bit of damage for the Fireball up against Taurox. But as we can see, the remainder of the forces here are going to be down to some Warhounds, as well as the unit of Centaurs and the Triple Threat. Another unit is going to be the back, but they are going to be fighting up against Dark Riders. It's not going to be too helpful for them. On the front here, it looks like yet again just going to be chewing down that infantry. I need my infantry here to last as long as possible. If the Druidry can keep fighting here with these Bleak Swords and these Dread Spears, I can just keep shooting here with the Scourge Runners and the remainder of my forces in the sky. Now, down on the floor, going to be taking quite a bit of damage here is Taurox. He's going to be down to 3.1k. Another Fireball coming out. It looks like it is going to hit Taurox right in the back, going down to 2.8. And it looks like here I am going for the snipe on Taurox. Big armor-piercing shots coming out against him. Trying to see if I can hit him as much as possible here. It looks like maybe a bit of a misclip there with the Blood Beast, but we are going to be charging over to the left-hand side to see if we can deal with these Scourge Runner chariots. Great work there from Ducky. He is going to get his Warhounds in. They are going to hold a lot of bounds of power, 950 each, but of course they have used their ammo. Charging in here, we can see the Gorbel. He's going to be some great anti-large armor-piercing hits. Should be able to take out a chariot here and there if at all possible, or even if I allow him. As you can see, the Sorcerers, I was trying to maybe see if we can go with some snipes. It's like a Fireball. It's going to move in. I do actually try to see if I can kill some of the models here for the Centaurs. They're putting some huge pressure here on my chariots. Only 84 speed is going to make it pretty difficult for me to get out here. And what I really like at the end stage here, good micro, we are going to keep these 5 units tight together. The remainder of his forces are going to be fighting up against the Hellabroni Bro here on the left. They've held all game. They've been fought by chariots, by Warhounds, by everything. And they are still standing and still winning here up against triple Ungor herds. Really good units there with 52 melee defense. And it's like I do actually have some Dark Riders that did come back. Should be able to help there on the left-hand flank. Going to be moving over. I have run out of ammunition here for my flying kites. But unfortunately here, the Dreadlord has quite a few ammunition. We are going to have 20 there that I can shoot into the dome of Taurox the Brass Bull. Going to be still shooting here with him, and we're going to be running over to the left-hand side as we still are in combat. We can see, oh yes, we are going to get the volleys there straight into Taurox. A great ability there, but of course only 200 meters of range. Lots of armor piercing, and I think in a moment here I am going to be, I nearly threw the game actually. I made a mistake. I actually did an over grab where I grabbed my Bleak Swords to try and attack, but I accidentally threw in my Sorcerer, and Ducky pounced on the opportunity to see if he could take down my caster. She has 105 speed, but I couldn't get out of there. The Warhounds wouldn't let me. They were wavering. I was like, oh no, I've thrown this. I've absolutely thrown it. I did some great sniping in the early game, and I've just given my caster away, but she gets away, thank God. Charging in here with the Dark Riders to try and see if I can save her. And of course, the Hellabroni come out on top. So of course, I'm looking very good here. I do throw in. I do actually terrify here with the Dark Riders, but it's pretty close at this stage. It's literally anybody's game. Taurox is down to 1.3k. I'm still going to be shooting him in the dome here. He's going to be going down to 1.2, and of course I do have to engage here. Of course, this shatters over on the left with the Ungor Spearheads, so I need to move in with something. So I try to see if I can get rid of his mobility with my mobility, but immediate charge in from Taurox here, as well as the Gorbel. I try to pull out after I get that charge. I do some pretty good work. I do break there, and I think I also break the Chaos Warhound, so I do some good work here up against the skirmish, but it's not quite enough, unfortunately. Still going to be shooting with the Dreadlord. Taurox here going to be down to 936. And of course, I am cleaning up in the back. Burning Head. Sorry, a Fireball is going to come out here by the looks. As I try to see if I can still just try and snipe up against Taurox. Fireball does go down. I do miss up against him. He's going to have 650 health. I think we can probably skip here just a little bit. So I'm going to be moving forward. It looks like I am trying to get another snipe here using my Heralds. We are going to be coming after a wavering Taurox. 340 health for him. I do charge in, and it's like there they are going to get the Aura of Madness around them. That damage over time whilst they fight here up against the Jabbersife. I do actually break Taurox, and I believe this is what wins me the game. So I get the good break there on Taurox. I actually move in here with my caster. I get her good speed there, 105, just come around the corner, and I just chase off Taurox. So as I'm chasing here, I do get some good RNG. Of course, he's got good melee defense, but I do manage to kill him there. Killing him gives negative 16 leadership, and then I just start shooting into the dome of the Gorbal. He's going to shock here, moving in with the Hellbronner Bro as well, giving that good poison. Chariots as well with the Dark Riders with some cycle charging here towards the end. And do some pretty good work here. Just keep shooting, keep fighting. He goes down, he actually breaks, shatters, and then the game is over. Now, this was a really enjoyable series. Me and Ducky played 4 games, went 2 apiece. It was super, super fun, and it was nice to get back into a little bit of competitive. I took this one, and then I believe I took a Lizardmen versus Wood Elves. And, yeah, I think this was the first best of 4, actually, that I didn't take Dowie. But, yeah, I had a great time. And, yeah, the Dreadlord was certainly a nice pick. It was something different that I wanted to try out, see if I could partner them here up with the Heralds, and see if I could maybe try and do something different that I haven't seen in the scene. But I really like Ducky's build here. Taurox the Brass Ball at 1,014. 280 there for the Brave Shaman of Death, with 1,400 for the Gorbal. We've got 377, 250, as well as 83, 90, and 76. A couple of burning heads here on the infantry, and they were fighting a little bit there up against some of my Dark Riders. They got some good charges, some decent damage as well. We've got 1,000, as well as 616 and 503. Centaurs are definitely terrifying, especially in the hands of Ducky. He is very good with them, good on the micro, and just he kept me in check all game. Tuscle Chariots, I think they struggled a little bit. They got 185, but I did focus them early doors before I focused back onto Taurox, trying to make sure if I could get rid of them so I could kind of protect my infantry a little bit more so they could survive to the later stages. Good work with the Warhounds early doors, 550, 204, and we got 178 there, with 113 kills for 1,026 for the Jabbersive. Now, of course, a lot of health there for him, but he was for the majority moving in the blob with Taurox and the Gorbal. Now, of course, they had to move from blob to blob to blob to try and see if they can remove all that infantry. And it was a great strategy from Ducky once I got rid of that caster. Unfortunately, the build didn't have quite enough there to take out my Air Force. But here for the Dreadlord, I did manage to get 2.5k for him. He was super fun to use. The volleys there, even though they're only 200 meters of range, they have great armor piercing potential and do a bucket load of damage if you hit all 3. We've got loads of fireballs for the Sorceress. She's got 970. And for the front line, we've got 370, 316, 190, and 170. So, of course, we did have the elements of Taurox in there, but of course they didn't really uptrade up against these Spearmen. The Spearmen had the great effect of having Taurox on the floor and the rest. Got 194 kills, 740 damage value for the Hellbronner, as well as 180 and 216. The Hellbronner kept me in it for so long. Because they were fighting there on the flank, I could kite, I could skirmish, I could just keep going. And no matter how many Spearmen he threw towards that direction, he couldn't shut it down. But 300 there, as well as 150 kills for 540 damage value there for the Dark Riders, 250 and 111. We talked about this as well. Dark Riders are so great when they get the charge on for their cost, but of course if they do get charged by anything, they invariably just, they're glass cannon. But they are so good for their price value. We also got 1,450 here from the Heralds. I really enjoyed using them. They are also glass cannon, only 30 armor, but of course their shots are so devastating, and if you have nothing to catch them, they can be a super big pain to deal with. Here for the Scourge Runners, we've got 1,000, and we've got 1,100, with 370 and 310 for the Ferromanticores, and great snipes there from Ducky. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, please smash that like button, and I'd really appreciate to know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed maybe something a little bit different here than what you see in the normal competitive Warhammer scene. But other than that, if you are new, I'd appreciate you guys also subscribing and checking out that description. You'll be able to find all of my other social media platforms, and most importantly, that Discord, where I leave all of my single player, multiplayer, as well as my league and tournaments. You'll be able to see all of that there, all of the content that is possible for you guys. And you can leave your replays for casting under the replays for casting section for me to cast a video like this on the YouTube in the future. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very soon.